and my head actually started to work. And now I feel like I'm on another cycle of start, and I'm ready to be young further on. Evgeny, hello. Good day. My name is Alexander. I'm glad to welcome you on our channel, and let's talk about your results of taking the bioactive mineral Synthesit. I'm ready. Good. As usual, for those viewers who watch us for the first time, let's say that Synthesit is an innovation of 2019. It's a bioactive mineral that has no analogs. Its most important fact is that it can increase the number of stem cells. According to our study performed in rodents in 2019, the number of stem cells increases by 2.45 times. Additional benefits of Synthesit are also blood thinning effect, increase in the level of blood oxygen saturation, normalization of biochemistry, acceleration of body regeneration, and allergies can go away. So recently I interviewed someone, his hair has turned darker. It's not a 100% effect, but not everyone has it. As for me, some parts of my beard are still white, for example. I just didn't have this result here, so I have nothing to compare. A certain number of people observe such a result. Hair stops falling out, energy and endurance increase, sleep is stabilized, that is basically the quality of life improves. So, dear viewers, Evgeny sent us an email, told about his results, and today we've called him in order to personally, on behalf of our consumer client, a person who takes Synthesit, our buyer, to listen about his experience. What are his observations, changes? So, Evgeny, it's your turn now, and I'll ask some questions later on. Great. Good afternoon again. I'd like to say that exactly within that very topic you indicated, I had a chance to feel that all. Really, normalization of sleep, a kind of activation of hidden forces. And let me tell it in more detail. You're welcome. I've only taken one course. It's a recommended 10-day break for me now. And what I want to say, on the first night, I fell almost immediately asleep. I work physically and mentally a lot. And lately, I had some sleep problems. It was difficult for me to fall asleep, and it took a lot of time. I took 2 capsules for the first time, and I was surprised to fall asleep very easily. During further intake, probably 2 or 3 days after, I began to feel that something is being built in my body. That stem cells are not stem cells that move inside. Something like this, I felt something like this. Something was renewed. Evgeny, according to the latest scientific data, actually, stem cells are present in all organs and tissues. They used to think that they are present only in the human bone marrow. The new studies show that they, as it turns out, could still be found in spleen, intestines, marrow. Now they can be found in eyes, skin, and adipose tissue. They can be found everywhere, but this structure is very small, tiny, so I don't know how you can feel this movement. In fact, some of our customers talk about some feelings inside, as if some kind of vibration is going on. The heat is spreading, especially in the first days of the intake. They feel it. Maybe you feel something like that. Maybe. Look, it's like the body remembers how it felt when it was young. How it was young and full of energy. And here I had a similar feeling. Why did I call it stem cells? Let it be in quotes. Then something like some ablation, some kind of ongoing process. And let's say it became easier. In general, the body has returned to norm. It has normalized to a good physical tone that should be, to the normal load, and so on. All that was lost got back in balance, and I felt it. It's a 10-day break now, and I hope to experiment with the next course as you advised. But again, I'm an athlete. I've been dancing for 30 years, professional dance, and honestly, I'm used to experimenting with abilities of my body. So perhaps the details of the experiment will be really interesting, and then I'll share with you. At the same time, I work intellectually. I'm a systems analyst, programming, and my head is constantly busy with these things, which requires a lot of mental work. In this regard, I felt that I could work a bit more than I worked 2 weeks ago. I could think more and not fall asleep as soon as I lay down on a pillow and read a book in the evening, simply continue being active till 10 and 11 p.m. Such increase and return of potential and strength that I have. That's briefly about my experience, and I'm ready for your questions. Okay, Evgeny, I want to clarify. You said that you're a professional dancer, and you constantly have physical load, and you also got an increase of vitality, energy, and perhaps endurance. When did these sensations start to appear, and when did they become most pronounced? Look, it was probably the second or third day when I felt that not just I relieved the pressure in my head, as I said, but physical condition also improved. For running and something else, probably on the second or third day. It took a couple of cycles. I mean, the whole recovery process was during 1 week, up to the second and third week of intake. I experimented. Either I took it evenly in the morning on an empty stomach, or sometimes I didn't take it for 1 day in the morning, but in the evening, on this day, I also took it on an empty stomach. There were these kind of changes in my intake schedule. For about a week or so, and the second overall peak was somewhere by the end of the second or third week, as if something has accumulated and then stored in my body. Well, did you take any additional dietary supplements or vitamins? I'm not too keen on these at all. Even as for Synthesit, I listen to my inner voice to decide taking it. It's simply that the body feels that this is what the body needs now. I try not to take anything, but berries, vitamins, jams are my diet. You try to get as many micronutrients as possible from plant foods. I try so that the body is restored and it functions as it should function. I try to achieve this state. Good. How old are you now and what is your weight? I'm 37. My weight almost has not changed since I was 15 years. Not since 15, of course. Well, 65 kilograms. For over 20 years, ever since I can remember, I've always had this weight. Did you take 1 capsule per day for 20 days? The intake schedule was as follows. I took 2 capsules on the first day, and I took 1 capsule for the following days, and I guess during this course I also took 2 capsules twice. Basically, about 3 or 4 intakes were of 2 capsules in this period of time. That is 14 days in total. Yes, in total. Interesting. I have the same body constitution and I'm about the same age, and on the third day I also felt the effect of Synthesit for the first time. I was at work, not this very floor, as our office is now on the third floor, and we had it on the second back then. It was about 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and I felt such a strange sensation, as if something started to fill me up. It does fill you up. You put it right about the sensation. On the one hand, with something new, on the other, with something budding. As if I went out into the cold and I can touch the snow with my bare hands and not get cold. Fatigue accumulates anyway, but here I felt kind of a rollback. Agree. You say that brain activity also increased. Many people notice that stress resistance increases, mental activity is improved, fast cognitive processing. As for me, my memory has improved. I myself clearly define it. Sometimes it's easier and faster for me even to make some decisions, that is, the speed of reaction also increases. There is such a thing, yes, I agree, and it turns out that it helps you as a program analyst pretty well, right? Yes, first of all, I'll say it again, fatigue disappeared and my head actually started to work better, and accordingly, it was easier for me to remember more and to react. This buffer, let's call it this way, was relieved. Yes, when energy appears, that's natural. The last question. You're 37, and regarding your energy, how old do you feel yourself now? Oh, for the last 20 years, I felt as if I'm 15, 18 years. And for the last 3 years, I have 2 children now, who were born in the last 4 years. And at that moment, there was a certain sagging energy. Now I feel like I'm on another cycle of start, and I'm ready to be young further on. That is, the energy remains, and at the expense of the possible accumulation of it, I intended to recover, and basically, I'm not older than 20 now. Good. Thank you very much for the interview. I wish you good health, further success in life, and in taking Synthesit and your experiments. We will wait for further reviews. Thank you. I wish you good luck too. Thank you and bye.